Greetings, YouTube. The doctor is in. Dr. Urios Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. And today we are talking about, on the Doctor Spell Prognosis, of course, we're talking about the spell Polymorph. We are giving this one an S tier. This is a solid S tier spell. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or a comment. Did I just say... Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I think I said that. Okay. So, we're giving this one an S. This is a absolutely, I'm going to cast this and end combat, be done with it, over with, and done. Now, there are a number of creatures that are immune to polymorph, so you should become very familiar with them. But for those creatures that are not immune to polymorph, this spell is immensely powerful. So it is a 4th level spell that is used by bards, druids, sorcerers, wizards, and trickery domain clerics. So it is usable by a host of different classes. Not sure why. It's not a base warlock, but I think warlocks do have an ability or a way of getting this spell. So takes one action. That's great. It has a range of 60 feet. That's a pretty good range. Especially for bards, sorcerers, and wizards who don't necessarily want to be in combat and being within range. Verbal, somatic, and material component. Material component is worthless. We don't have to worry about it. It lasts for an hour. Requires concentration. You do want to concentrate on this spell, but you probably are not going to... After I tell you what to do, you're probably not going to want to concentrate on this spell too much longer because you won't have to. It is a wisdom saving throw, not a constitution saving throw, a wisdom saving throw. Very bad for most creatures because most creatures have a terrible wisdom save. All right, so the spell transforms a creature that you can see within range into a new form. An unwilling creature must make a wisdom saving throw to avoid the effect. The spell has no effect on a shape changer or a creature with 0 hit points. So you have to do it on a living creature that is not dying, and it can't be a shape changer like a doppelganger or something like that. Transformation lasts for the duration or until the target drops to 0 hit points or dies. The new form can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target or the target's level if it doesn't have a challenge rating. If you are casting this on an enemy, I highly suggest that you use a challenge rating 0. And we'll talk about casting this on non-enemies, which is different. The target's game statistics, including mental ability scores, are replaced by the statistics of the chosen beast. It retains its alignment and personality. But if it's something that has an intelligence of like 2, then okay, and it was normally grumpy, then it's going to be a grumpy intelligence of 2. So who cares? But it's got to be a beast. The target assumes the hit points in the new form. When it reverts to its normal form, the creature returns to the number of hit points it had before it transformed. If it reverts as a result of dropping to 0 hit points, any excess damage carries over to its new form. Thus, if you transform it into something that has 1 or 2 hit points, and you do 100 hit points of damage, then it's going to revert, and its regular form, its current normal form, is going to take 99 or 98 points of damage. Just remember that. As long as the excess damage doesn't reduce the creature's normal form to 0 hit points, it isn't knocked unconscious. Creature is limited in its actions it can perform by the nature of its new form. It can't speak, it can't cast spells, or take any other action that requires hands or speech. Of course, that's unless you transform it into something that has hands and can speak. The target's gear melds into the new form. The creature cannot activate, use, wield, or otherwise benefit from any of its equipment. Okay. So, it's really important to talk about this wisdom save. Right there, wisdom saving throw. And how do you get something to fail a saving throw? Well, Bard is one of the classes it's on the base. We're going to go to my favorite, College of Eloquence, Unsettling Words. You can use a bonus action to expend one of your Bardic Inspirations and choose a creature you can see within 60 feet. Roll the Bardic Inspiration die. The creature must subtract the roll from the next saving throw. Bardic Inspiration is a great thing. So here it is. It starts out as a D6. It goes to a D8 at 5th level, a D10 at 10th level, and a D12 at 15th level. If you are rolling a D10 and you roll a 10, even a 9 or a 10, it's pretty much going to be virtually impossible for a creature to make that saving throw, especially since it's a wisdom save. So you can make them do that. Wizard class. Wizard is in the base, so it is a base class for wizards. Divination wizards have the portent ability. I got 2 20s. One of those I rolled a 3 on. Here's your 3 for your save for Polymorph. Good luck with that. You are now changed. So the next question is, what should you be choosing to polymorph a enemy into? Well, I have opened up the beast, and I have sorted it by CR, and, well, here's a good one right here. A frog has 1 hit point, and it doesn't go very fast, and it has an intelligence of 1. There you go. So, a frog is a really good choice, and then you can take that, and it's a frog for an hour. You can take that frog, and if you happen to be on a cliff that's 1,000 feet high, you can throw the frog over, and it's going to take 1d6 per 10 feet of falling, and it's got 1 hit point, so all the carryover damage goes into the regular form, and it's probably not going to live. If you're near lava, transform into frog, frog goes in lava, done. Now, my favorite for these is this one right here. Transform into a frog, shove frog into bag of holding. Frog can breathe for 10 minutes, and then the frog suffocates, and it can't get out. So remember, a bag of holding can hold up to 500 pounds, 64 cubic feet. If the breathing creatures inside the bag can survive up to a number of minutes equal to 10, divided by the number of creatures, after which time they begin to suffocate. And there doesn't really say anything that if a living creature is put in here that it can get out. So the only way to get things out, retrieving an item from the bag, requires an action. That is, the person that has the bag of holding, who owns it, can retrieve an item from the bag of holding with an action. The creature inside cannot get out. Things inside the bag can't get out unless the bag is overloaded, pierced, or torn. It ruptures, is destroyed, or if it is turned inside out. So that's the only way that things inside the bag come out, including a living creature. So if a living creature is in there, it's going to suffocate. It'll turn back into its regular form, and then the air is gone. It'll suffocate. So you can take that frog and shove it into a bag of holding. You can also shove it into a Heward's Handy Haversack. Now, you got to be careful with this one because the large pouch can hold up to 8 cubic feet or 80 pounds of material. So you could overload. So what happens is if you stick the frog in and it's not a small creature, then it's going to pop right out. So you don't want to use that. But you can also use a portable hole, which is bigger. So a medium creature will fit into a bag of holding, and it will fit into a portable hole. And again, a portable hole has 10 minutes of air. Put the frog in, and then forget it. Fold it back up. Frog suffocates, turns back into the thing that it originally was, and then it suffocates. So now this works the other way. So let's do this. If we sort by CR, so beasts start at an 8 and then they go down. So you could change a frog, you could change your animal companion into a mammoth. You could change your pet dog that you bought into a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Well, you couldn't change that into a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but You get my meaning. You could change someone into a giant ape, say, which is like basically like King Kong. They have an intelligence of 7 and they still have their personality. So, I mean, it's still going to be friendly to you, and it's going to have a wisdom of 12, which actually might increase some wisdoms on things. So, and then this gets multi attack. It does 3d10 plus 6 damage. It can throw rocks. It's got 157. So um, there's all kinds of possibilities with this. I wouldn't really change an ally into a Tyrannosaurus Rex because a Tyrannosaurus Rex has a 2 intelligence. But, I mean, you get my meaning. But for ending combats and using this on enemies, if you can figure out how to make them fail to save or game the system to increase the chances of them failing a save, and you can slap them into a frog form, there's a lot you can do with that frog form to get rid of them. So, Polymorph is one of my favorite spells. There's many ways to manipulate it, and there's many ways to use it to end combats. All right, that's what I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.